Hey everyone, welcome back to the Career Gems podcast with me, Dr. Nuratu. Today we're having a very important work life balance conversation and exploring the challenges of managing success as a mother, a wife, an employee, and an entrepreneur. With me to have this conversation is Nafisat Adamu Abdulmalik. She is the founder of Nefi Exquisite Services, a tripartite firm that manages projects, catering services and activities, and short term professional writing. She recently published her book, The Diary of a Muslimah, a memoir. She also has over 8 years of managerial experience in the nonprofit sector. And in her current position, she has facilitated partnerships with both governmental and international organizations, including Give Food Nigeria, Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution, as well as World Fund for Development and Planning. She is an amazing mom and, as I said, an amazing entrepreneur. And I'm very honored to have her here with me today. So, we're going to have a lot of conversations about what it means to balance your life with your work, as well as maintaining your sanity. So, Nafisa, welcome to the Career Gems podcast.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nuratu. Thank you for having me. This
Yeah.
is my first podcast, so
Oh,
yay!
yay. Yeah, the whole thing about this podcast is to highlight people in different stages, especially women in different stages of their career or business, whether you're starting out or you've been in it for years, and to be very honest about some of the challenges we face and how we overcome them. And sometimes
Yes.
people who listen are going through the same things that we're going through, but are not able to navigate through the process. But in hearing
Mm-hmm.
someone else's experience, it gives inspiration or motivation to do so. So, I'm very honored to have you because I enjoyed your book, which we will talk about later down the line after some conversations, right? And I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
about how you were able to put down such practical experiences that I feel like everyone can relate to. But before we get into that, tell me about your professional background. Like, how did you end up being in the nonprofit space, and how do you
Okay.
feel about the work that you
Okay. I actually studied geography and regional planning in school. I always wanted to do something related to GIS, remote sensing. In fact, that was what my project was about. And I came down to like not central to actually take a research to do that project when I was in school. So I always saw myself in like, like that kind of space when it comes to income earning or working. But then after school, I served and then I started looking for jobs and I was targeting the Abuja remote sensing, space and everything, but I wasn't getting offers from there. I got internship into an NGO that dealt on public health.
Mm,
So I was like, okay, while I'm waiting for other things to come up, let me, take the opportunity because I don't have any health background. I'm not a science student per se. So I decided to just do the internship. It was for 6 months. And the assignment, I think I was placed on a project that was dealing with HIV and AIDS, managing the epidemic, treatment, counseling for patients, and all of that. And it was strange for me. But then
mm,
like always, I think there's one thing that is consistent in all my in all my employment, like
experiences.
all the positions, yeah,
Mm,
all the positions I've worked in, giving my best. So yeah,
mm,
I was not a science student, but there were goals that my team was given to achieve per week. I made sure that I contributed my quota, even if it meant going over my comfort zone to
mm,
see what I could contribute. And I did that, and I think amongst every other person that came in as an intern, that gained me the attention of the owner of the NGO. And then they asked me, what would you like to do after this? And I was like, well, I don't even know. I'm looking for a job and all of that. And then they asked me, okay, what about project management? Would you like to, go in for career and project management. I was like, oh, okay, let's try that while we are waiting for, because my aim was always waiting for something else to happen.
Yeah.
But then that was how I started doing project management. I took a course, and because I was one of the high performing team members, they offered it to me for free, but
Mm.
other persons paid for it. So I passed the course, and when I passed it, they got a new project from, I think it was IHVN, sorry, Institute for Human Virology or something like that,
Mm.
Nigeria. They got a project, that's that NGO I was working with. So they asked, people to apply for positions on the project. So I applied for project officer, and I got it. So that began my like real entry or entrance into project management and the NGO space as a
Mm.
staff. So, and after that, I think I worked on that project for a year plus. And then a friend another opportunity. I went into HMO, that's Health Maintenance Organizations, as a client service officer. And while I was there, I got another recommendation to go into like a bigger project management office. I was
Mm.
supposed to be the program manager for country program
Mm.
manager for We
Mm.
Connect International. And
Yeah.
like this was like new to me. I think, but then the course I took on project management helped me. And of
Mm.
course, the relationship I had with my previous bosses, I usually had to go to them, okay, I'm doing this now. What would you advise me to do? And I'm very thankful that I've always had very supportive bosses.
Mm.
Even at the time they were paying me something quite lower, they
Mm.
encouraged me to take on that position. And I did, and that became like my real, because the previous ones, I was an officer. So this was my first real leadership
Mm.
position on programming. And and then my boss at that time also, she was a lady. She like threw me in the face of like she just give me assignments and tell me go do it. And I'll be like, I don't know. She always says something. Google is your friend. Go
Yeah.
Google it, Nafisa. Have you Googled it? If I
Mm.
ask her how did she be like, have you Googled it? Public speaking.
Mm.
I didn't know anything about it. Like when people come to me, they ask me, okay, what do you do?
Yeah.
What's We Connect International? I'll have to tell them about what I'm doing. And I had to go learn a lot of things from the scratch. And I think that was more or less like my journey into non-profit organizations. From there on, I think this is the fourth non-profit organization I'm working in. Yeah,
Mm.
I think the fourth so far. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm very happy with the service to humanity, because the truth is that there's so much happening around us,
Mm.
and the more we continue to isolate ourselves from it, the more the problem escalates. And it's
Mm.
it's it's very interesting that we have international organizations interested in trying to work with us on this. So I think there's a huge potential that is even untapped, even within the Nigerian government, when it comes to humanitarian activities. And I'm very happy that I'm in this space, and I'm looking forward to do so much more.
Yeah. I mean, one key thing that you mentioned while you were talking that hit a light bulb moment for me is the the zeal to learn, right? And not
Yeah,
waiting for things for knowledge to be
handed.
handed to you. Because a lot of
Yeah,
times you find people are not progressing as much or as far as they could within their work because they're waiting for someone to tell you, to tell them go and
yeah,
take this course, go and learn this, or staying within your core competency. Oh, this is what I
comfort zone.
studied in
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
So if anything that is outside of that, I don't know how to do it. So it's not my lane. I'm not doing it. But that
Mm-hmm.
fearlessness of saying, just because this is not my educational background, right, does
Yeah,
not mean, because really our school is just like a foundation. It doesn't mean that that's what you have to do. It's just the basis for how you can lay the bricks for whatever it is. The world is your
you want to
oyster.
do
Yeah. At the
exactly.
end of the day, knowledge is out there. Like you said, Google is your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Research,
Exactly.
everything is available. So I mean, I like how you mentioned that.